All right, welcome back, everybody. New case of Star Wars: Spark of the Rebellion. Cracking into it. Cracking into box 2. Yeah, I'm gonna admit I was a bit of an idiot and was not paying attention. Had not switched to video, so I was on photo. Hit the record button. And yeah, just took a picture of the box and didn't actually record box 1. So these were the hits out of box 1. Figured I'd at least give you a view of what was there, but got ourselves some four legendaries, one in hyperspace. This is actually the first command that I opened, so happy to see that. Still building play sets of basically the legendaries at this point. From a case to pre-release kits and a couple extra loose packs. It was enough to get me a playset of almost everything. Just had a few rares that I was missing one or two of. So moving on to box number 2. I've made sure that I'm actually recording this time. So do appreciate everybody that's watching. If you haven't yet, hit the like button, subscribe, leave me some comments. So, apologize for my ignorance in the first couple boxes that I opened. It's just opening to get some additional content for the channel, but I did actually learn how to play the game, and it is actually kind of fun. Played a couple. A friend of mine had some pre-built decks. All right, and there's our first hyperspace, the Starwing Scout, an uncommon. And we've got ourselves then a rare and a common foil. But some friends who had actually played in the pre-release, they taught me. And then we played some, was it Two Sons? Yeah, played some Two Sons multiplayer, so that was pretty enjoyable as well. So I think this is a game I can get into. This will definitely be my less expensive. There's another hyperspace with a keep fighting common. I just plan at this point to put together play sets of the regular. I don't know, maybe I'll keep some of the hyperspace or something if it's like the leader or base. And speaking of a hyperspace base, there we go. There's a chopper base. That is common, so I'll put that with the commons. But yeah, it was pretty enjoyable to play. So I think it's something I'll kind of continue to do, and want to continue making content on this. So we've got our first legendary with a black 1 here. And we've got a foil behind it. Trying not to spoil the foil, but it's a hyperspace uncommon with Emperor's Royal Guard. Trying to make sure, you know what, we'll keep the separating out the leaders and the bases. I'm just going to put the commons ones off to the side. So, and then the rares we'll keep in the picture for you. So there's our first hyperspace foil. So you tend to see about 4 to 5 hyperspace foils per box. With said hyperspace foils, the majority end up being common or uncommon. And there's a Hyperspace Alliance X-Wing. And KS2O, or K2SO. And a regular common foil. Come on. There we go, there. But yeah, so just kind of building a playset for myself. I know some people, their stores have run out, and maybe some people missed out on actually pulling any product. I am working on putting together some additional playsets. I do have some playsets of the commons and uncommons together. If I can get enough, I will do a playset of commons, uncommons, and rares. But if you are interested in any playsets, do have my email address in the description, so feel free to hit me up via email, and we can talk about getting you or selling a playset to you. Nope, there's another Hyperspace Patrol V-Wing. And there's our second Hyperspace foil with the Outer Rim Headhunter. Explained it, and you've probably seen plenty of openings, but your first card is going to be a leader. I believe this is where, if you do get lucky enough to pull a showcase, the showcase will be there. There is potential that that can be a Hyperspace, just like this. This is your second card as a base, and this can be Hyperspace as well. Then you have 9 commons. The 9th common, if you're going to get a Hyperspace, will be a if you're going to get a common Hyperspace, it will be there, non-foil. Then you have 3 uncommons. Potentially there's a Hyperspace here that could be between uncommon up to legendary, I believe, and then you have your rare or legendary that will come here. So that's a rare base, and then you get a foil, and those foils can range from just regular foils or could be Hyperspace foils. Hope people are enjoying the Star Wars Unlimited content. I know it's a little different than what I have been doing in the past. It was mainly Flesh and Blood, then I got into sorcery and started opening sorcery, and here's an example. So I had 2 uncommons and then a rare Hyperspace, and we have a rare here and an uncommon foil. But yeah, got into sorcery, started opening that, and saw a little bit of expansion on channel subscriptions, and figured why not? Let's open some of this up as well. So, all right, so Hyperspace Repair, and then a Hyperspace Bamboozle, uncommon, and then a rare and common foil. So while some of the art is not as eye-appealing as everyone, whoa, oh yeah, all right, see, there we go. A couple looks like roller lines. I don't know if you can kind of see it like off to the side here. Maybe that'll clean up. I don't know. Probably not. But we got the Jyn Erso as a showcase. So finally hit myself a showcase. And then the backside. So with the leaders, when you play them, you start out with your leaders here, and then they have an epic action that you can use once per game. And basically you deploy the leader so they come out into the battle arena on the ground side of the arena, and they flip over into whatever the stats are. I mean, basically they have a similar action. Some of them, like this, require you to tap your leader, and then something like this on this side, it doesn't cause you to tap it. It's just a static ability then that's always in effect. But man, that's cool. All right, really glad I was able to hit one. Almost starting to think these didn't exist, but a couple of my friends opened a few, so there we go. We'll set this with the whoops, that is not a rare. We'll set this with the Hyperspace foils. So, all right, glad I could actually capture one of those on camera. Boy, would I have been pissed if it was that first box. And oh, boom, there we go. So we got ourselves a showcase, a foil rare, and a legendary Boba Fett in the same pack. So Not bad for a foil rare. You usually only see about 2, maybe 3 foil rares in a box if you're lucky. Of those, then as well, I mean, the 2 or 3 does also include legendaries. So, all right, and then at the back there are, I mean, in the front you can get the rare leaders, but then most of the rare sites are going to be in the back, in the regular rare slot. And I think that that it's mostly set up that way for draft. So at least with the leaders, you might get a decent leader. I thought for a second I had a second showcase, but here is the hyperspace version then of Jin Urso. But I think they put the rares in the back just so they're not somebody doesn't have a distinct advantage early on in a draft or something. But I'm probably just talking out of my ass, so I have no idea what their reasoning behind that was, why they would put a rare leader at the front but not a rare location or rare base. All right, cell block guard. And another Jedha City. And then a common snapshot reflexes. I do like the sentinel mechanic in the game. That can really mess with somebody's turn or somebody's plans, because you attack your opponent's bases, and if they have something out with Sentinel, instead of you being able to just kind of come in and poke in for one or two, something like the cell block guards defending for 3 and dealing 3 damage might stop somebody. So, and there is a uncommon Yoda. Wondering when they're going to either create Yoda as a hero. Put that in the wrong spot there. That goes there. Wondering whether they're going to create Yoda as a hero or even a legendary. I would have assumed that that Yoda and like Obi-Wan in the initial release would have made that status. Power of the Dark Side, and another legendary with an Avenger. I mean, they pulled in Mace Windu, but didn't pull in Yoda or Obi-Wan. Alright, so see, example, there's the rare. And those are all going to be commons. Not sure I'm a fan of these being the first card in the pack. And energy conversion lab. I have opened more foil regular energy conversion labs than I have regular energy conversion labs. To me, that's wild. I think that's my 4th or 5th. There's a showcase Chewbacca. Or not a showcase, a hyperspace. Got a second hyperspace in the pack with an academy training. And Del Mico and the medal ceremony. Man, this one really got washed out in the foiling. But we'll getting back to the talk about some of the legendaries. We'll see. There's going to be more sets coming out, so I got to save some stuff for some of the other sets. Rare and Rallying Cry uncommon. Typically you see 3 or maybe 4 legendaries, non-foil, like just regular version. It's not guaranteed. I think my first boxes that I opened were not guaranteed that you're going to get any more than that. I think my first boxes that I opened, I was extremely lucky. Watched some other YouTube channels. Was it I Open TCGs? Watched some of his openings, and I will say a couple of the boxes that he cracked were pretty bad. I think I got really lucky with my pulls. I was averaging 5 legendaries per box, so I had one box I think that had 4, and then I had a couple boxes with 5, and one box with 6 or 7, something like that. So, all right, and another hyperspace. That is our third hyperspace foil, just common, but Battlefield Marine. And we got 3 packs left. Again, I appreciate everybody who's watching, still here. If you are and you haven't yet, please hit that like button, subscribe. Hitting the like button, at least if you're just watching the video and you're already subscribed, will help to push some of my videos out to others to see. So, all right, there we go. Was not expecting a 4th, but we got ourselves a Devastator. I'm still looking for Command, that one that I opened in the previous box, in a regular version, but right, there's a Hyperspace IG-88. Looks like we got another Hyperspace towards the back there. Something that is really, really full of white. Is not the foil. Ooh, there we go. Devastator. There's a lot. I could see a lot of white there. So that came after two uncommons. So we've got ourselves a Tarkin Town as a rare location and a Corellian Fighter. Common foil. All right. So we are 1 short at this point. This is the last pack here on hyperspace foils. Not going to complain, because we did pull a gin or so. Sneak attack and redemption. So, all right. Well, only, like I said, only 3 hyperspace foils, but boom. There we go. That's what we were looking for. That's the ticket. That's what we wanted to open. All right. Well, do appreciate everybody watching. You take it easy, and you have a good one.